This is the way that we start sharing our vision with our people and with our teams. By taking tools, whether they be printed materials, videos, online presence, every place that you can, you have to start with the vision. You start with the vision that is behind your company, that is the foundation, and usually it belongs to a few very, very special people that we are here to help them to take their business to heights that they obviously had in mind when they started and founded them. And so when we look at Michael Falquist and we take a look at all of us in this room, we need to be attractors and visionaries. We need to be able to impart our vision to attract talent. Because if you cannot attract passionate people to your team, if you cannot attract passionate people either in the field or in the corporate office to help you reach the levels that you aspire to, you will not win in this business. Because when you take a look at it, the difference between corporate and field, of course, is really not that, it's just not that, it's not that far apart. It's not that broad. I mean, I think about Michael, and I think about myself, and I think about 2 years ago when I got that call to come talk to him. I had just finished a year of consulting with a network marketing company. It was in real bad shape. It was hemorrhaging cash. You know, got it kind of ship-shaped and it got acquired, and that was the best thing for them to do at the time. But here was the deal. I got a call, and it was a call to come up and talk to this company called Viridian up in Connecticut. And I had nothing to do with energy. I didn't know energy. I wasn't passionate about energy. I came from wellness, from the health and wellness industry. I was a certified nutritional counselor. That's where I was, pills, powders, and potions, right? And you know, that was my world, and I was passionate about that. And I said, I don't know anything about energy. And people said, no, this is different, this is unique. You should come check this out. And so I did go up there to Connecticut, and I sat down with some of the executives there, all very passionate about their vision. And I sat down with Michael Falquist, and I was very nonchalant about it. It was probably the weirdest interview situation he'd ever been in. And I said, you know, I don't know anything about your industry. I don't really have a lot of, you know, emotion or energy about your energy business. And he said, you know, he sat back in his quiet way and he said, but that's why I like you. And I said, oh, he said, because I can impart upon you my passion for energy. He said, I need your passion for network marketing and for changing lives. I need a person that's all about people. And that's what I see in you, and that's why we need to talk. And so then I sat back and I started listening to him, and he told me his story, and he shared his passion in his very quiet way for wanting to be, you know, something far and above and beyond. He showed me his plan for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, about not just changing the world in that kind of superficial way that we throw it out so casually of, oh yeah, you can change the world. I mean, really, really change the world, and we're gonna look at that in a minute. And I was compelled to join his team. And since then, of course, you know, 3.5 years, we became a public company in November, November 13th, we became public. And there was all that time of sharing and imparting that passion on investors and everything that an IPO roadshow represents. There was all of that piece of it. And then there was a piece of it imparting our passion to the field, because I don't care what you say. I mean, you know, I hear a lot of different perspectives, and they're all good, and they work for different companies, but I am absolutely and fiercely committed to the fact that if you do not have great leaders, and I mean leaders that are driven and passionate about your company, you don't have a company. And that your focus of your company needs to be on leadership and building and empowering leaders and attracting leaders, because without them, it's just you whistling Dixie. And so I think that we've done a good job of getting that, because again, we are all in this to win. And you know, it's funny because when you watch for years, especially in the college sports arena, you know, you see great coaches and you see great teams and you see talent absolutely unbridled out there. But you know, there's a quote that people say, who wins the game? The person who wants it the most, the person that is most hungry, the team that is most driven. It isn't always the best team. Sometimes it is Florida Gulf Coast that totally like messed up my, they messed up my brackets. It's like, what was that? But in any case, I think we'll be seeing that coach a good bit there at USC now. So in any case, you know, so we talk about, you know, what it is at Viridian that drives us. What is it at Viridian that makes us passionate? And it is about being a category creator, because, you know, we're in a unique space. It is energy. It is lights on, lights off. And although we started out making affordable green, instead of green at a premium, which is what was in the market at the time, Michael was a category creator for that, okay? But that's past, okay? People are catching up, it's all on now. So we really have energy. We can't be about a product. We're not like some of you out there that are fortunate to have an incredible product that you invented, proprietary ingredients that nobody else can have, nobody else can get them. We don't have that. We are the brand. We are a lifestyle. We are a culture. We are a group of people that want to change the world. And that is our product. At Viridian, that is our product. And I really believe that that's why we've been as successful as we have. If you look at the growth that we've experienced in the last 3.5 years, and you kind of take and you watch our trajectory there and where that's happened, this is a direct result, again, of people who are passionate about what they do. This network marketing space that we're in, it has been absolutely unprecedented. And when you take a look at it now, though, I think that we really kind of reached a point going into this year, and we got our numbers back from last year. And they always say that the facts tell and the stories sell, right? And so how do we take this and make it a part of our passion, the thing that drives our people, to actually make it be a piece of our brand rather than a number, rather than just another number? And we struggled with that, and this is what we came up with. We decided to take our numbers and actually translate them into something that is tangible, that tells a story. And we create things like the sustainability report, okay, that is all certified by Ernst & Young. All of our numbers, every rec that we buy, every local job that we provide, it's all in here. The stories of our people are all in here, and we produce that at great expense and a lot of work, and we give them their little sustainability brochure that they can take out again to share the vision that is far beyond numbers and is far beyond lights on, lights off. Because again, what are we talking about? What's really coming up here that people are looking at? 846,217,918 pounds of carbon emissions that have been prevented from going into our atmosphere, into our world. That sells. And then we translate it again over to things like, how many bottles is that? How many plastic bottles? Again, it tells a story so that people can be connected to it. So that when somebody comes to me and a friend and they want my meter and I give it to them, it isn't about me giving just a meter and you help your wallet, save a couple bucks, help your friend, they're starting a business. You're helping the environment. You are leaving a legacy to your children, because that's always what we say at Viridian. We didn't inherit this planet from our ancestors. We are borrowing it from our descendants, okay? It is a mantra of our associates. And so we continue to lead the charge in talking about the stories and the impact. Not that all of them are all excited and motivated by that, and I'll hit that in a second. But it has gotten us to the place where we are, because our leaders are connected, because we are passionate about what we do, and we have imparted that passion on them, and they have become a passionate culture. And again, without it, you don't have it. And then we take all of that, okay, all of our successes, and we put it back into them, and we show them tangible ways of how we're passionate about them and about this channel and what it means. And we just expanded from 2,000 square feet to 24,000 square feet, taking up, right next to Trump Towers there, the entire floor. And we have fly-ins now once a month, and they come and they bring their top leads to that experience for them. We're putting more money, we're launching a brand new compensation plan, and it is a massive overhaul. And we found all the holes. We have spent 9 months in making sure that this money that we are putting back in their compensation plan will richly develop them in 2 areas, kind of that upfront sizzle, but that long-term residual picture, because again, we are focused on building leadership. We plan to be here 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now and beyond. We plan to be someone in 5 years that is one of the 3 to 5 big companies that are left standing. We want to be a part of that group, and we know the other ones are going to be popping up like daisies like they are, and they're going to come in and they're going to go out, and we're already watching that happen. And that's too bad, but we'll make a home for anybody that wants to come over after things kind of unravel and the wheels fly off. So I just want to say here, though, this is interesting, because people will say, oh, that's great, you have all this growth, and Entrepreneur of the Year from Michael, and you guys up there in the top 100 at the DSN, all those great things. It has not been easy, though, and I think that as I prepared for this talk, and I thought what I really wanted to bring to you and communicate, passion isn't just about motivating them so that they'll post the numbers for you. It isn't just about getting them to get you customers and get you new associates, because there are times in this business, I've been in this business since 1990, things come and go, and you have good years and bad years, you have challenges. The reason that we are thriving right now, and the reason that we are in full-blown momentum right now, is because our people trust us. And they know that we will lead them to a place that will be victorious at the end of the day. And they know that the big piece of this game right now, if you want to win in energy in the upcoming years, you better be amassing scale. And whatever ways that we think are best to do that, they trust us because they know how passionate we are about their success. That's why it's so important you connect them so that they see it. And it's not actually an easy sales force. It's kind of funny. I know a lot of you, have seen the numbers. They say, network marketing, 65% women, and they put out the demographics. Our demographic is 65% male, alpha red male, over 45% from New Jersey. Okay, you talk about a whole other language. I moved out from Oregon. I'm an Oregonian, right? I'm an environmentalist. I come out and I have these chats. I have to learn to say things like, how you doing? I have to learn how to smoke cigars. I have to learn how to do all these kinds of things to chill with these guys so that we can talk to each other. I have to learn what it means. A, M, B, I got a whale. Yeah, totally connected. I'm learning all this stuff. I'm going, okay, got a whale, a whale, a whale. So I have this whole list of vocabulary. But can I tell you, working with them, this is a strong-willed field. Our leaders are strong-willed, but they know how passionate we are. And just as they are passionate, we are passionate, and we make a good match. And that is why we can overcome the challenges. That is why, at the end of the day, Viridian will continue to be a wonderful place for people to experience financial freedom and hope and dreams come true in their lives. We will survive, and we will thrive beyond that. And when we kind of go back to it, and we take a look at what does this mean, another tough thing this year, you got to figure that hurricane hit in the heart of our business. Over 40% of our business, smack dab in it. Meters are floating down the water. It was like crazy. Houses are disappearing. It was crazy time. But again, our people are agents for change. They are all about our culture, about helping, about making a difference. And can I tell you, when we went down there and we pulled up and I had a car full of shirts and bracelets and everything, and we're helping pick all of that up and clean up that big mess. And then we saw our teams from Illinois coming in U-Hauls filled all the way up. They drove all night with stuff to help out. This is the culture that we're building, passionate about helping people. The product is the product. The people are who we are. So I just challenge you today, this afternoon, as you're flying home, driving home, wherever you're going, to look into the mirror, and you need to ask yourself a very pivotal question. Are you passionate about your company? Are you passionate about your mission and your vision? If you're not, I highly suggest you find a way to build your belief in the industry, your belief in the company, your belief in the products, your belief in the team, your belief in yourself. Because if you don't have it, you might, it sounds harsh, you might want to step aside, because you know what? We owe our field better than that. We need to be passionate leaders about what we do, and we need to find ways to connect with them. So in leaving you with 3 practical applications that I think have helped Viridian to be the company that we are today and will continue to be for decades to come, we empower our people to be the brand in any way that we can. We give them all kinds of opportunities. We give them resources. We went from 2 years ago holding 5 sustainability events to over 45, over an 830% increase in the amount of sustainability events that we had in local communities, making the world a better place at home. So you need to empower your people. You need to know your top leaders' passions. And I heard somebody say earlier, they said, reach out and spend time with people at the lower ranks, not necessarily just your top people. I agree with that. I wrote it down, and actually I went back to my room and I actually texted a leader that I haven't talked to for a while that I know just loves that contact. And it did, like he said in his talk, took me a minute. Well, actually, this took me 30 seconds. Of course, it took me about 10 minutes to read the response that she sent me on my text that was this long, but that's how much it meant to her, that little bit. So absolutely right. Certainly we want to do what we can. But your top people, and I spend it usually with about, the top 20, and then our Vice President of Field Development, Bob Ulrich, who's here, he spends it with the top 100. We know them, we know their families, we know their birthdays, we know what makes them tick, and we talk to them in a language that speaks to them, because I'm all about the platinum rule, which is treat other people the way they want to be treated, not the way you want to be treated. The last one I say, celebrate each other often. It is all about recognition. It is about making people feel special. It is acknowledging, especially when they're doing things that tie into your brand, especially when they're supporting what it is that you're here to do, which is grow a successful, sustainable business. We're flying out on May 2nd. We're leaving for Brazil. We're going to be going down there and planting some trees. I'm taking with me 29 people. Half of them earned the trip for free. The other half are associates who are paying their own way to go down there, sleep on the ground with massive spiders, work these awful, archaic augers, dig holes in the hard ground, and plant trees that have been completely deforested by farmers making open grazing land for their people. And we have an education center there talking about how the lungs of the planet work and why there are other alternatives for feeding your cows besides besides cutting down all those trees. But these are the ways that we connect our vision with our people. This is why we are who we are. And I encourage all of you as leaders today to take being a passionate culture very seriously, to be passionate yourself about what you do, and take a look at your business and find ways to connect the two so that you all can thrive and grow your businesses. Thank you very much.